From MyVaporStore.com, this is the Joyetech eVic. So I have the eVic kit here from MyVaporStore.com. We'll start right at the beginning. It comes to you just like this in this nice little box, and inside you'll get the eVic mod, of course. And then a couple of different manuals. This is the MVR for the software. We'll get into that in a little bit here. And this is the user manual. And this manual is just huge. The first time I took a look at this manual, I'm going, holy cow, there's a lot to learn for the eVic. And there is, but the reason this manual is so thick and so big is because Joyetech put it in a whole bunch of different languages. So it's not as menacing as it looks. You get a 18650 2600 mAh battery. You'll get the Joyetech wall adapter. You'll get the USB cable to charge it, and then also to connect it to the computer so that you can download all the stats to the software. And that's pretty much everything that comes in the kit. The eVic itself, this is a really nice device. It's nice looking. The LED screen, very nice, very readable. It comes apart in different parts here. So the control head comes apart from the battery tube, and then also the top piece here. This comes off of the top, this cone piece, and then you see the 510 Eagle connection. This is a very nice connection. You can see on the other side how well they did this device. The quality is very good. It's what you would expect from Joyetech. When you take a look at the end here, these threads are okay. I always put a little bit of mineral oil on my threads, and then they spin really nice. Here's the 18650 battery that comes with it, 2600 mAh. And you can use a high drain with the eVic. They also have an 18350 battery tube now for the eVic. So if you want to go small, you can. Here's the difference in the size between the battery tubes. So if we put it on the 18350, there you go. So if you want to go small or to take it out and about with you, you can. I can pretty much hide the entire mod in my hand. And then if you want to switch to the 18650 battery, you just take and unscrew your control head and put it on the 18650 battery too. There you go. And again, there's a difference in size. The end cap, the Joyetech eVic has all the safety features that you would expect with this device, and a nice little spring, battery discharge protection. So the eVic is a variable voltage, variable watts device, 3 to 5 volts, 0.1 increments, and then also I believe it is 2 to 15 watts in variable watts. So it has plenty of power. With the 18650 battery, lasts you all day and night. And then again, you can go small and use the 18350 battery. This top connection is a 510 Eagle style connection. It's nice with this cone that comes off, because if you want to use any of your Eagle accessories, you can put it on the device like this, or you can add the cone and use it with the cone too. And I have been using the eVic now for 2 or 3 weeks, and it's pretty much handled everything that I've thrown at it. 1.5 dual coil cartomizers, tanks, atomizers, all your Ego accessories. When you put this top cone on here and then put pretty much any tank that you want on there, there's just a tiny bit of space between there for airflow, and it looks great on the eVic. I've really been enjoying using it. 5-click on and off, and as soon as you do, you'll see the Joyetech logo. Then it goes to the date and time. It's going to detect your atomizer, and then it's going to recommend the watts for that atomizer or cartomizer, whatever you're vaping, and then it's going to go to your home screen. You're ready to vape. The Joyetech eVic from MyVaporStore.com has a ton of settings, and now I've just installed version 1.2, the beta version, on the firmware and updated the device. It was version 1.1. I've updated it to version 1.2 beta, and I'm not as familiar with this update as I was with version 1.1, but I'll try and show you some of the differences. On the first screen, you'll see the vapor set, configure, device, sleep, power off, and exit. So if we go to the first screen, which is vapor set, and switch at the top, this is where you can choose variable voltage, variable watts, MVR, variable voltage, or MVR variable watts. Right now I have it on variable voltage. Go back to the first screen, which is a vapor set. Then the next one is mode, and you can go from manual to auto. That is new. Then you can go to home screen, and this is also new. You can choose puff count, date and time, or variable watts, variable voltage, or ohm. So up on your home screen in the upper right hand corner, there are 2 numbers on the upper right hand side. Those 2 numbers will either be your watts, your volts, the ohm of what you are vaping, or it is the time and the date, or it is the puff count of what's left with what you are vaping. So those 2 numbers, you can choose to see what you want to see on your home screen. It's up to you. And so that was a nice addition. Next one you can go to is your puff set. Here you can set your daily max. So if you want to set it, say 200, you can set it at whatever you want to set it at. You can reset it. You can also go and see the total puffs of what you've been vaping so far, and then reset that when you want to. And then we'll exit out of that screen and go to the next one, which is configure. Here you can choose your battery, 2600 mAh, 3400 mAh, or you can customize it now depending on what battery you're using. Now you can set the mAh to whatever you want, and that's also new. The next one is your screen. You can set your screen to 1 minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or never. Or you can customize it, set it to however minutes you want. I have mine set to never. Same with on the system. You can set it to 30 minutes, 60 minutes, never, or customize it. And again, that is all new too, and that is very nice. Next one is temp. You can either choose Celsius or Fahrenheit. And then the next one is your calendar. You can go 24-hour or 12-hour and show the time, set the date, set the year. So let's go back to our first menu again and go to device, which is the next one. Here you'll see your device ID, what version you're using. Mine says 1.2 now. The next one is user information. Here you can put in your last name, your first name, whatever you want there. You can put your age in there. It says Mr., Miss, Mrs., Ms., and you can't get rid of that Mr., Ms., Mrs. thing. But other than that, you can put whatever you want in there. The next one is atomizer. It detects your atomizer and gives you the recommended power for it, the recommended watts for it. And then the next one is you can set it to sleep. We'll exit out of that and then just go to our home screen. You also see the two bottom arrows on the home screen, so go to the right or the left to change your voltage up or down. Simple as that. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but really it's pretty easy. Once you can kind of get used to the menus, you can kind of go through the menus pretty easy. The first couple of times you're using it, you're kind of like, oh, okay, where am I? What happened? But really, it's pretty easy. I'm not really sure what they could do different here, but it's not bad once you get used to it. So let's go to the computer for a minute, and I'll show you the software, and then we'll come back and do a little vaping with the Joyetech eVic from MyVaporStore.com. You can go to MyVaporStore.com, download and install the software on your computer, and then you just plug in the eVic to the USB connection. This will pop up right away, charging or see my vapor record, which is what we want to do. Here you have to connect the eVic, vapor set, configuration, device info, and my vapors. On the vapor set, this is where you can set variable voltage, variable watts, MVR variable voltage, or MVR variable watts. So when you do set the MVR VV, whatever you set at, and then download that information to your eVic, as soon as you click on modify, it's going to write that data to the eVic, and so when you choose that setting on your eVic, then that's what it's going to run. And this is new. On mode, you can choose manual or auto. On auto, you can set your vape time, so if you only want to vape for 5 seconds when you take a puff, then it's going to cut off after 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, whatever you want to set it on, or manual. Your home screen, you can set it to puff count, your date and time, variable voltage, variable watts, and ohms. You can set your puff, you can reset it, and get your total puffs. Configuration, this is new too. You can use the 2600 mAh battery that came with the eVic, or 3400, or you can customize it like with a high drain when you're using the 18350 battery tube, and so you can put whatever you want in there. Your screen, you can set the time to 1, 10, 60 never, or customize it. Same with your system, 30, 60 never, customize it. Down here you can set your temp and customize the temp also. Here's your calendar and date and time. Set it to whatever you like. Device information, product name, software version. It was 1.1. This is the 1.2 beta version, and I'm not familiar with this version as I was with the 1.1, but I do like the new version, and they've updated quite a few things. And that's the great thing about the eVic, is as the updates come out and as improvements are made, we can take advantage of that and just kind of upgrade the device. Here is the user information. You can put your last name, your first name, your age, Mr., Mrs., Miss, Ms., and you can't get rid of this. But here you can kind of put whatever you want in there. For example, if you don't want your age in there, you can go like, 007 or something like that. This is where all the info is at that I like. Watts, voltage, puffs, resistance, month, week, and the day. I can go back to, say, for example, January, the 4th week, and see how many puffs I took, the resistance, how many puffs I took at what voltage, what the watts was. So all this information is available to you. There's a lot of vapors that might not care if they have this information or not, but there's some that like it. I'm kind of a techie, so I kind of like having it. And that's about it. So this is the software, and as they improve it, we get to take advantage of that, and that's kind of nice. So let's do a little bit of vaping here. So let's do some vaping here. This is just a 2 ohm bow cartomizer, and it's at 4.5 volts on the eVic. Nice. The eVic also tells you how long that particular vape was and at what volts. So that's a pretty nice feature to have too. But the eVic seems to handle everything I can seem to throw at it. This is a Kanger EVOD. These vape are really nice. And let's keep this at the same setting. Wow, fantastic throat hit, fantastic flavor, and plenty of vapor. Like I said, depending on what you're vaping, the eVic seems to handle everything. And with all the different features, all the information that we get with the eVic, I think you're going to see this new technology more and more out there. And I think it's great. The best thing about it is we can update the firmware and actually improve the device and improve the information that we get, and that's fantastic. I appreciate MyVaporStore.com letting me review the eVic for them. They've been very patient with me while I've been dogged down with the flu here. And also just a quick note, we've been kind of forced to move our little forum at the eSickStop.com, so I have found a new home for us. So everybody that is at the eSickStop.com forum, if you sign up again at the new forum, we would appreciate that. And anybody new, if you want to come and check it out, we have a nice new forum home. And to encourage that, we're going to be doing some exclusive giveaways on the new forum for the eSickStop.com. And some of these are going to be very special, very nice, and only exclusively on the forum. So stop by, check it out. Just go to the eSickStop.com and click on our forum, and it'll take you right there. It takes about 2 seconds to sign up. It's really easy. The forum's really easy. And join in on the fun here at the eSickStop.com. I appreciate you watching, and as always, you stay on the vapor trail.